One of the best new features of the Wireless Pro microphone system from Rode is its advanced timecode capability. But what exactly is timecode? How does it work? And most importantly, how is it useful for you? In this video, we're going to lift the lid on the Wireless Pro's timecode feature and how it can help you streamline your workflow. If you're a content creator, when it comes to post-production, you may have encountered sync issues. This is when your audio doesn't exactly line up with your video, making it look weird, like this. This is where timecode comes in. Timecode is a media synchronization system that helps to ensure all your clips line up perfectly on your timeline, saving time and ensuring your content is always perfectly in sync. So how does it work, and when can you use it? Sync issues are something you are most likely to experience if you record audio separately from your video. For example, if you're using the Wireless Pro's onboard recording feature so that you can take advantage of its ultra-high quality 32-bit float audio. Using this feature will mean you always have a perfectly clean backup of your recording, but of course, this will mean you'll have to align the audio recorded onto the transmitter to your video in post-production. There are several automated tools that can help with matching clips, but none of them are perfect, and often you can end up spending hours painstakingly nudging clips around on your timeline to get them to sync properly. This is where timecode becomes useful. Timecode essentially labels every clip the exact time it started. These timings are frame accurate, which means clips can be perfectly aligned even if your devices started or stopped recording at different times. So if you started your audio recording after your video recording, when you add them to your edit timeline, they will snap into the correct position. This is because your software can accurately match the timecode of each clip and ensure they have the correct offset. This is a huge time saver in post-production and is a standard in professional filmmaking. But how does this work on the Wireless Pro? There are a number of different timecode modes you can use with the Wireless Pro, but in principle, they all work in the same way. You set the Wireless Pro to output a timecode signal. This is the code that represents the exact time and frame. You then need to ensure this is recorded to all your devices. The Wireless Pro receiver will automatically send the timecode to the transmitters so that the recordings on your transmitters will have timecode on them. But you need to manually record the timecode onto your camera so that your video also has the timecode sync information. There are several ways to do this depending on the type of camera you have. I'll show you the simplest option, which is recording it via the audio input. The first thing to ensure is that all your devices are set to the same frame rate. This is important, as timecode works by identifying the exact frame position of each video. Timecode is divided into 4 identifiers: hours, minutes, seconds, and frames. The Wireless Pro uses something called time of day timecode, which means the timecode on your recordings will represent the actual time they were recorded. As I said earlier, it's really important to ensure that all your devices are set to the same frame rate, including the Wireless Pro. So if you're shooting at 30 frames per second, ensure this is set on the Wireless Pro, your cameras, apps, and other recording gear. And watch out for other frame rates such as 23.98 or drop frame, as even a slight mismatch will cause issues later in post-production. In this example, the mode you will need to set on the Wireless Pro is Mode 1. Connect the Wireless Pro to your camera as usual, using the included 3.5mm cable. What this mode will do is send the timecode into the camera on the right audio track and the audio from the transmitters into the left audio track. So how does this work, and how is the timecode sent over the audio output? It's encoded into an audio signal that sounds like this. It can be quite loud, so watch out if you are monitoring on headphones. You can switch your headphone monitoring to listen to the left channel to only hear the audio from the microphones. Set the audio level on your camera in the usual way and you are good to go. Your timecode will be recorded alongside both your video and audio recordings, keeping everything locked in sync. If you are using several cameras, you can jam sync them. This is where you use the Wireless Pro receiver as a master clock to sync the internal timecode generator on each camera. Once set, the Wireless Pro can be disconnected from the camera. So what do you do when opening up your files in post-production? First, you need to tell your video editing software that you're using timecode and that it's embedded into the audio track of your video files. The exact way you do this will vary depending on the software you're using. We have downloadable user guides to explain this for all the major video editing platforms, so check out the links in the description below. The audio files from your Wireless Pro transmitters have the timecode embedded in them digitally, so there's no additional audio track. Your software should automatically recognize this when you put the clips onto your timeline. Timecode is a total lifesaver. No more time wasted struggling to get your audio and video in sync, making editing much easier and more efficient. There's more information about using timecode on our website, with user guides and descriptions for the other Wireless Pro timecode modes to suit different types of setups, so check those out for more information. Hopefully that's helped you to understand how timecode works and how it can be useful to you. Thanks everyone, and happy syncing.